Hi everyone, it's Ashley and I'm back this week with a new video for Hip Kit Club. This week I am using our September mood board as inspiration. You can see it here. It has lots of different images on it, and we're using that for our challenge this week, so you can come over to our member forum on Facebook and play along if you want to. So I'm getting started. I was inspired kind of by the little tassels that were in the mood board. So I'm going to use some of the little cute tassels that are included in the September kit. But I wanted to get started with one of the cut files, and this is from one of the sets that I designed this month. And so I went ahead and cut it. It's just the word love inside of a rectangle shape. So I cut it from 3 of the different pattern papers, and I saved those positive letters just to kind of pop back in there and mix up the colors on those. I kind of did that on my last layout too, a little bit with the kind of the same concept with the title for my layout. So I kind of liked that, so I decided to kind of do it again this month or for this week. So I'm just getting all those little letters in there in their spots, and I just used some liquid adhesive behind those. So I've got those finished up, and I'm going to start building the rest of the page around it. This ephemera pack has a ton of pieces in it, and I like all these little squares and tags that it includes. The crepe paper gather from Maggie Holmes. So I grabbed a couple of those pieces just to add as layering pieces behind my photo here. So I'm just going to put some of those there. And this photo is actually from my daughter's birthday photo shoot last year. And she's like a stuffed animal fanatic, so we had to bring Perry the platypus with us, and I told her that if she did some posed photos and smiled that she could do one with Perry, and so she did. Thankfully. And then here are the little tassels. So I'm going to add these kind of under the cut files, and even though this isn't like a typical birthday page, it kind of has a birthday theme to it, and so these little tassels and that little cute banner kind of all go with this idea. There's several ways you could attach these. You could attach them with a paper clip inside those little hooks there. I want to glue these down, and you probably think, oh my goodness, that is not going to hold, but I do go and stitch through those. I just wanted the adhesive there to kind of start getting them in place and getting those glued down, and I do stitch it with my sewing machine. And since this photo was so funny and it was her 8th birthday photo shoot, I decided to make my title Crazy 8, and I really thought that was cute. That's one of the wood veneers from the Dear Lizzie Saturday collection. So I used it for the number, and then these stickers, which I love because they have 2 different sizes. They're all capital letters, but there are larger and smaller alphas mixed in, and I used the larger ones for this, but I really like the way it has the 2 different sizes. So it kind of gives you some variety if you're using these to create a title on your layout. And they're the foam thickers, which I really like. They're easy to work with. So I just kind of did the title there around the photo. And now I'm going to start embellishing with some different things. I didn't like exactly the way that those tassels looked. So in a minute you're going to see me add that little Hey Girl piece from crepe paper to go across there. It just needed something to kind of tie that and the little badge banner all together. And then I'm just kind of checking some different embellishments and seeing if I want to add anything. I liked those crepe paper balloons from this chipboard sheet. They kind of went along with the birthday theme, and so those worked great right there just to kind of fill in that spot. So now you can see I've got the Hey Girl on there. I just did it kind of off camera because I had to fight with my adhesive to get that on there, but once it dries, it's stuck. It's not going anywhere. And now I'm back to some chipboard. Those are like the thickers also that go with this, some of the Maggie Holmes. So I'm just kind of going back and forth and pulling those off and seeing which ones I want to use. And we also have some of the Simple Stories Posh products included in the September kit. So I liked how those enamel dots coordinated, and I wanted to bring in some of those and some little pieces just from this ephemera pack. So I really like the way this one turned out. Like I said, it's inspired by the mood board for September, and if you want to join in our challenge, that's our challenge for this week on the weekly challenge, and you can find it on Facebook in the Hip Kit Club member forum, and the challenge is open until Thursday, so come play along with us. And here at the end you'll see my finished layout and some close-ups. Thanks for joining me this week.